The Bayonet AUGV is a highly adaptable platform designed for surf zone exploration. It is made up of 3 individual sections attached by 4 pins and wet-mateable electrical connections. If these pins are removed, the components can be easily taken apart for transportation to and from the worksite. The highly modular construction of the Bayonet AUGV allows it to be quickly assembled onshore, deployed from a vessel, or even assembled underwater by a diver. You'll notice at the top of the pole or the mast in the back, there's a land-based GPS system. So that allows us to get a good navigational fix while we're operating, within the GPS satellite range. As soon as we go subsea, we're going to lose our GPS fix, and the software is designed to constantly monitor sensor inputs from our navigational system. So as soon as the GPS drops out, we automatically switch over to the inertial navigation system. And the inertial navigation system is a fiber optic gyroscope. It's an AHRS compass to give us heading. We also keep track of the track movement. So we have encoders built into the electric motors, which give us odometry across the seabed as well. And we can process all of that information to give us an extremely accurate navigation solution. We're typically operating at about between 0.2 to 0.3% distance traveled. So for a kilometer, track, we could potentially be off by about 2 meters start to finish on the end position. Sea state, we have sent this out in sea state 3. It's sea state. The sea state nomenclature is tough to assess on the shoreline. So I typically will describe it in terms of wave height. We have steadily used this actual vehicle in 2 to 2.5 meter wave breaks, going out, coming back in, operating out mid-water, hours and hours and hours on end. So the crawler runs at about 1.5 to 1.7 kilometers per hour. So the vehicle is currently depth rated to 100 meters. The main limiting depth rating is actually the battery assemblies. So we use a 1 atmosphere enclosure on the batteries. It's a rectangular structure, but we have basically stuck at the 100-meter depth rating. The vehicle has about 220 kilos of tow force. If you translate that into payload, you can put anywhere between 200 to 300 kilos on top of the vehicle. It's a very, very rigid structure. So the limitation is the ability of the tracks to actually propel that payload through the, across the beach or into the water. But we do have to take considerations into how high up that payload is and where center of mass is, and things like that will ultimately wind up. So it can be launched from a boat in a number of different ways. You could lower it to the bottom if you have a boat with a hoist or a lift. We have very successfully driven the vehicle off the bow of the boat and just let it sink to the bottom. It's very much like a cat. It seems to always land on its feet. Granted, if it's a very, high turbulent, high current condition, then it's a question mark. It would probably be better to lower it. But we have very successfully just driven it right off the bow of the boat and had it land on its feet.